Okay. Now, in reference to our transport up here, we set the global quantization to none. Why?
Because we need it to go off right away.
Right. And this global quantization is in direct link to our transport, the time code up here, right? And this works in bars, right? Okay. That time code, in musical terms, is always at what we call a BPM, which stands for beats per minute, right? You know, like there's a lot of, electronic music out right now that's like 180 BPM, right? It's really, really fast, right? But in our terms, we want to think about this as our standard clock, right? So how many BPMs? 60 BPMs, 1 beat per second, okay? That makes sense? So that's our master BPM, okay? So when I click on this clip here, if this clip comes up, and for example, what I'll do is, I'll just start with a new clip in here. Wood fire inside stove. Just drop it right there. It's going to load it in, and it's analyzing it right now. It's building an image to give you that waveform, okay? And we see all of these wonderful little yellow lines, little dots, squares there, right? Okay? Those are what we call warp markers, beat markers, okay? It's trying to look at this piece and say, is this music, or should this be set to a rhythm? And actually, if you probably played this right now to a beat that was set at 60 BPM, the fire would actually sound musical, right? Okay? But we don't necessarily want that right away for our stuff, okay? So what I'm going to do, here's the steps. First step, I'm going to select the first beat marker here, and you'll see it's a little different now. It has a black border around it instead of just the standard gray. So select the first one, select all, your select all command, go up to edit if you don't know the key command, and then press delete. And it's going to delete all of those beat markers except for the very first one. Okay? Yeah? Got it? Now, you can see here that I have gray in comparison to white. Now, the basic protocol here is that if it's gray, it's not going to play it. It means it's going to start where the white is, right? And that is directly associated with this flag right there. Okay? So I can move this flag anywhere I want within reason here. It is actually locked right now. Just zoom in so you can see this a bit more. The flag is actually locked to these gray lines. It's called the snap to grid function. That snap to grid function is just up here under options. Snap to grid, off. And you'll see these solid lines that turn to dotted lines, and I can move this flag anywhere I want. So let's just say that we want this cue to start with that pop right there. That's what we want to do, okay? So now, very important, the last step of this, select your first beat marker, okay? And this beat marker is associated with this segment BPM right here. We want to make this match our master BPM. Okay? So I'm going to make this, what should I make it?
60.
Great. Okay.
Oh, so it warped it then?
Yeah. You can use that to slow down or speed up your music too, right? Okay.